buenos dias. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. It's going to be a good day. It's Friday. It's been a crazy little week for the settlers. All right, first things first, 12-hour range. Welcome to all the YouTube folks who are checking this out. We are live. We're live every morning on Zoom. If you want more info on that, leave a comment. Or you can find me on Instagram, Aaron D Channel. 12-hour range. Beautiful. Then, what? 4-hour flat tops, flat bottoms. Looking for support resistance on the 4-hour time frame. There's a flat bottom right there I'm interested in. Overnight. And then previous day, flat top. Which, yeah, we ran up there yesterday and rejected hard. So, looking to do something like that again. What else? 825. Overnight high. Still sitting up here. So we'll mark that up. Overnight low. Fifteen minutes is going to give us our bias, which is sellers, red cloud. Now that doesn't mean we can't come take out this liquidity first. And then see a push down or a reaction of some kind. All right. I'm also looking at 15-minute flat tops and bottoms. So the overnight low is also a 15-minute flat bottom I'm interested in. If we run down, we may or may not. It's Friday. They like to rally on Fridays. So we shall see. Oh yeah, 9 o'clock, we're going to see some fireworks. So big news at 9 o'clock. Federal Chair Powell is going to talk. So we may see some fireworks. For sure. All right. What else? Let's see what happens. All right, let's open up these charts. All right, so that's our cloud situation. There's an update on the cloud. So now, if you do that update, you're going to see that the 15-minute cloud shows up on this 1-minute chart in addition to the 1-minute cloud, right? So we got green on 1 minute, red on 15. We shall see. I'm thinking this thing runs up, takes out the overnight high for sure, potentially take out the flat top. What else we got? We got pivot points, right? We got VWAP sitting above us, the weekly VWAP, yearly VWAP, and R1, 23271. All right, so I like to mark up all the potential resistance and support areas. So R1 is sitting up there. We kind of went sideways there for a second. I like having the pivot points on the 4-hour. It's very powerful. So I'll say an alert here will be 4-hour R1. That's S. So we're finding support here on the 4-hour. 4-hour S1. So we may run up there and find resistance. We'll see what happens. 828. And obviously pivot point is here. We could just, we pushed up overnight quite a bit. We could retrace somewhere in here. We'll see what happens. I like the sales because of 15-minute. I like the buys because of 1 minute. Always a case, right? Always a case. We got a new thing. We got a new layout. Hot Cheeto. Oh, for real, hot Cheeto. We got a hot Cheeto up in here. Oh, look at we're above the hot Cheeto. Okay, I'm calling it hot Cheeto. Y'all don't like hot Cheetos. Yeah, hot Cheeto. Yeah, hot Cheeto. Let's see. I'm gonna move this 1 minute right here. Yeah, we could come down here, find support on the 15-minute hot Cheeto. It's a moving average. 100 moving out 100 EMA. We got to bust out this range. You can tell that it's been ranging overnight. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame on our map. 829. Let's see what happens. Got about 10 seconds left. Let's turn on that ranger right there. Yeah, we got to break out of that 15-minute range. All right, here we go, people. Risk proper, whatever you do. That's the name of the game. Risk proper, people. There's the open. There's the bell. Let's see what happens. Find a support on the 1 minute cloud. Find a support on 1 minute hot Cheeto. Now, if we take a sell, I want to see how it reacts off of this pivot point. Okay, seeing some bears entering into the market right here. Yeah, we're seeing some bears. Pretty decent push. Rejection off of the 15-minute cloud. We shall see. Let's see what happens. 15 seconds left. Dipping down into the 12-hour range. See if we find support. Looks like we're going after the 4-hour flat bottoms. Remember we were talking about potentially retracing beneath the pivot point. If you take this sell, risk proper, that's a pretty decent candle. I'm looking for just a little bit of a pullback. Remember, I like the sales. Look, we're bouncing off of that map GAN line. We got to break beneath that GAN line. So we'll see what happens. That is a decent push, though, for sure. I'll say maybe a breakout. 64 point off the open. I want to see if we can retrace to half of this candle. If we retrace half of this candle and reject, that may be look good for the sales. We shall see. Big news today. So I'll take it easy, take it light. And we're seeing a reaction off of that GAN line. Seeing a reaction on, let's see. Seeing a reaction here off of the midpoint of this opening range candle, the 1 minute candle. We'll see what happens. We got news, yo. Jerome is talking, man. Jerome is in the house. Y'all remember Martin? Y'all remember Jerome on Martin? Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all remember Shanae, though. Sheesh. All right, looks like this thing is retracing back up a little bit more than half, so deep retracement potentially off of that opening candle. Sellers are in the building for sure. This is kind of a knee-jerk reaction to the open. Interesting. Let's see. One candle, 65 points. Now we're at the third candle going up. We'll see what happens. Still, let's see where we are on these bands. Oh, no trade zone. Making our way to the sell side of the bands. We bounced off of the session VWAP. And the, what is that? Yearly VWAP? Yeah. All right, retrace it to the 1 minute cloud. Retesting that little hot Cheeto. Gotta break her up. Yeah, you ain't gonna give me no chop today, old nasty Nas, especially before news. It's a beautiful retracement up though, for sure. Let's see how this candle closes. I want to say, yeah, we broke the 15-minute consolidation to the down. So we're just looking for the follow through. Looking for the follow through. Kind of hanging out on the pivot point. So as long as we're on the pivot, it could pivot either way. I want to see a 5-minute candle close. Let's see. Got 45 seconds left, 44 seconds left till the 5-minute candle closes above pivot. That tells me that buyers are going to step in here and shoot this thing up. Got 30 seconds left. We're seeing a beautiful push up above the 12-hour range. Currently sitting in a breaker up, rejecting this yearly VWAP. I'm a fan of these bands though. The power bands are pretty awesome. 13 seconds left till the 5-minute candle closes. We got a new tool. It's called the Bullseye. New York Stock Exchange opening ranges. I'm gonna put that on this chart right here. It's gonna mark up the first 1 minute, the first 5 minute, and the first 15 minute automatically. Sheesh. There it is right there. We shall see. We'll see what happens. Still kind of hanging out on the pivot point. We're rejecting this hot Cheeto. Still in the no trade zone of the bands. We have to break out of the first 1 minute candle for me to really find this more interesting than, because we have green cloud, we got on 1, red on 15. There's a case for both sides, right? As long as we start to reject, and with the selling pressure on that first candle, that's telling me that sellers are here ready to take their profit. We just got to see what happens. We got to see. And if we do go south, if we do go lower in price, I'm gonna say, what is that, a 30-minute time frame? Yeah, 30-minute flat bottoms, probably an hour as well. I'll bust that into the thirds. Yeah, we touched the midway point of that. So we retraced to the midpoint of that. It's an hour flat bottom too. Let's see what happens. That's a simple fib level right there. All right, 5-minute candle closed. Looking to see if we want to take this thing up higher, 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 but don't want to get caught in no chop, man. Not on a Friday. Friday likes to chop you up. Yesterday felt like a Wednesday. Chop City. All right, looks like price is wanting to go higher. Let's see if it looks like the buyers are wanting to take control of the market at the moment in terms of strength. So there's a LSI flip to the upside. Getting a green arrow up. Currently in a breaker. I want to see if this thing wants to first take out this opening low. If we can take out the opening low and then look for a reason to buy, that's just kind of the pattern that we've seen before, where price manipulates to the bottom, right? Shoots up and then falls, takes out the low, and then it goes higher. Either way, it's going to work. Either way. All right, breaking out of the 1 minute range. So we could buy here. Risk proper. This is a 1 minute breakout. While you breakout bandits, currently sitting in a breaker up. So I like the idea because we rejected the midway point of the 1 hour fib level from overnight low. There's overnight high. Let's see if we can take this a little bit higher, higher, higher. If I'm looking at previous high and low, you got previous day high sitting up there. We have 4 hour flat tops sitting up there. We have a 4 hour pivot point level as well. So we're looking for that follow through. Holding the buy. We have a beautiful green arrow as well. Green arrows. Take us up. Take us up. Take us up. 50 points doesn't cover the low. So if you cover that low off of the green arrow, it's going to be 73. And we're looking to see if this thing wants to go up to 4 hour flat tops. Now, Price is gonna do what Price wants to do. It's gonna act foolish. It's gonna act strange. So just be mindful. We ain't scared of no red candles. Now, if this thing starts to show violence to the downside, meaning it goes back and closes, I'm gonna say a 5-minute candle back inside that 5-minute range. 45 seconds left. Right, we have to. Price has to rally. Price has to rally. Getting close to 840. We got R1 sitting up here as well. So R1. R1 is right at the 4-hour flat tops. So we're trying to buy. We'll see what happens. Broke above that hot Cheeto. What hot Cheetos? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. If I'm looking at trend lines, let's get rid of that fib, but let's give it up for the fib, man. The fib fan was working the last 7 days. Wow. But you do see these right here. I want to mark these up right here on this trendy. Something like that. Now, if we retrace up to that level, come on. We're going to take out previous day high. We may even take out Wednesday high. We'll see if it wants to rally. I bet, I don't know. If I was to bet, I would say that news is going to give us some fireworks. For sure. Holding the buy. Congratulations if you're holding this buy with us. My protect line is going to be the 4-hour pivot point. 23,232 is where I will protect. Boom, 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 boom. Sweet. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see if we get a rejection here off of the 4-hour pivot point. Beautiful candle that took us up at 841, 840. Let's see if we can get that continuation. Higher, higher, higher. As soon as I hear this beep, I'm gonna protect. I got my clicker ready, man. Getting close to 4-hour pivot point. 4-hour pivot point typically give us a decent reaction. And then we'll target the 1-minute pivot point. Let's see what happens. Feeling good about the buy. Positive expectancy is pretty high. We shall see. Price wants to rally. If you are currently in the green arrow in the breaker up or the 1-minute breakout, congratulations. There's our beat. This is where I protect, take partials, leave a runner, and watch price print. We got new, yeah, buddy. Beautiful, pushing up. There is previous day open. Level just got hit. Looking to see, we are on the sell side of the bands now. I'm looking to see if we can get up to the 1-minute resistance level. Holding the buy, holding the buy, holding the buy. Can I please move this zoom out the way? Good Lord. All right. We're going to take 90% off of the table and let the rest run. Let's go. Congratulations. Beautiful 1-minute breakout confluence with a green arrow up, a 1-minute bullish trend cloud. Thank you to the bullseye arrows and clouds targeting previous day high. Now that we've broken above previous day opening, we're targeting 1-minute resistance level. 23,271 is the next target on TradingView. So now you just sit on your hands and don't do anything. Now you just let this mug run up. If we get above there, I mean, previous day high looks like a decent target. That's gonna be 83. Come on. All right, we're getting close to the first 15 minute candle range. Looks like it's wanting to print. Got about 40 seconds left. And we may see a dip down here. We may see a dip down here to the 1 minute range again, 5 minute range again. We may get knocked out in profit on this initial buy. Looking to see if they wants to come and tap into some of this lower price range. Here's 15 seconds left. It's gonna be a good day. It already is a good day. It already is a good day. Holding the buy. Hold the buy. Look at that beautiful color change. Got a higher high. Beautiful, beautiful push up. Holding the buy. Looking for R1 to get hit. 23,271. Just a few points up. Beautiful push up. Let's see if the buyers really want to rally this thing to previous day high. I'm going to be looking for a reaction off of the 4-hour flat tops as well. Holding the buy. Confident. Super confident. We make it above R1. I'm also going to put a target here, 23,287. 23,287. That's a beautiful Gann line on our beautiful bullseye map. 287. We'll see if price really wants to rally this thing. Looks like it. Looks like we want to rally. So a beautiful Gann line off of our map would be another target. All right, we are sitting on the sell side of the band, so at any moment, I'm thinking sellers may want to retrace this, meaning buyers are ready to take some profit off the table. But with this much support that we've seen here from last Wednesday, Thursday, and overnight, it seems like price is ready to rally. And as I say that, sellers are entering the market. Beautiful. Let them. I'm looking to see if they want to retrace to the 5-minute range, 1 minute range. Retest the overnight highs. See, we saw this yesterday too. They did not take out the 4-hour flat tops liquidity. We saw this yesterday, and they just, played around with it. Didn't hit those key levels, and we got the reactions. So we'll see what happens. There's probably something there that I'm not seeing. 15-minute flat tops, maybe. All right, let me mark those up. 15-minute flat tops. Yeah, we're close to them. Hadn't quite tapped into them yet. We shall see. Pretty decent little retracement here. 846. Let's see if we can recover. That is some buyers taking some profits off of the table, and then we're seeing market dump a little bit. But we'll see if they want to recover. I mean, price is pretty decent retracement if you look at the higher time frame. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, price has dipped quite a few 100 points. So if I go from low to high, what is that, August 1st to August high, we retraced pretty much to the midpoint of the fibs, and now we may go and contest that fib level again. And so we may just get caught in this little sideways motion. That's a 4-hour time frame. We shall see. All I know is I don't know what's gonna happen. Don't let anybody tell you they know what's gonna happen. And if they do, they lying. 23,300 is the big number bank zone that we will target if price wants to continue higher. 23,300. I'll put an alert on 23,311 as a fib level, but the big number is 23,300 on a Friday. If we can do that, that will be amazing. We'll be taking out overnight high for sure, or I'm sorry, the previous day high. So we'll call this a 4-hour fib mid. And And we'll see if we can get above there. Price has tendency to make these kinds of push up at the open, right? Push up at the open. And then as it slow grinds up, you'll see a dip. Okay, you'll see a dip. And we may go to the midway point of this entire push up. If that's true, then I'll go to the low, to this 15-minute high, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I can make this here, and I'll make them blue. Yeah, so we may come down here and retest that midpoint of 15-minute range. Currently, my target is set at previous day high. I'm looking for a reaction off the 4-hour flat tops. I appreciate y'all checking this out live on Zoom. Shout out real quick to Zeke. What's up, big dog? Caden. And Miss Keisha over there in Virginia Beach. Y'all gotta look out for them. You gotta watch out for them hurricanes over there. You gotta be careful over there. Board them up. Board up those windows, man. Come back to Texas. We don't have hurricanes here. All right, looking for this reaction here. We're just above a hot zone. Can we look at the hot zones real fast? We got previous day high sitting up there. Let's look at these hot zones. Open up this chart real fast. Beautiful how we opened. The New York Stock Exchange opens, falls beneath 23,150, rallies above this hot zone, above this bank zone 23,200, straight to 23,250. Now we got the next hot zone in our target 23,275. Currently finding a little bit of resistance here at 250. If we see this thing rally, I'm anticipating first a dip, maybe even a dip all the way back to our entry, 23,200, and then continuation up. We shall see. Showing signs, a little bit of signs of exhaustion on the buy side. And we got news at 9, so anything can happen. We're just waiting. But we took profit, partials, protected. Now when news hits, I would say before news hits, I'm probably gonna close this trade because I ain't trying to get slipped. I ain't trying to get, because if it gets knocked out in profit, it may still close negative. So just got to be cautious.
I'm still waiting. I haven't entered anything.
Well, sometimes it's better to wait, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Better to wait. Right?
While we wait, we hydrate.
Grab a cup of coffee. Go get you some Gatorade, some salt water or something. Or we educate. Now, if I look at the clouds, man, we're at the top of the 15-minute cloud. We could definitely reject here as well and see this thing fall. Of course, news is going to be the catalyst. News don't care about our tools. News don't care about our levels, right? News don't care about a line on your chart. News is news. News is going to make the market move, and we're just going to have a reaction. And we'll see what happens. Be patient. Be patient in this market. If you're still holding the buy, congratulations. Still holding the buy. Price has got to figure out what it wants to do. And so far, from the low of the open to the high, 134 points. From the low of the open to the high. So what I want to do is I want to put an anchored VWAP on this open. I just want to see what it's doing. Okay, yeah, so we're bouncing off of this upper band of the VWAP. If I make this white, you can probably see it a little bit better. Not too bad. Let's see. Yeah, we'll make these white so we can see them just a little bit better. See how we're just kind of following this band? I mean, this one kind of closed beneath. We could come and retest that VWAP band and bounce up. So looks like price is exhausting as it goes sideways. let's see what happens. 8:54. So we just got a few more minutes till news breaks. Looks like price is rejecting this bank zone pretty nicely. 250. We get a candle close beneath this hot zone. We could see this thing fall. This close to news, I would not entertain a position, opening a position. We touched the 15-minute flat tops and we're getting a pretty decent reaction. I would anticipate potentially a retest of this hot Cheeto. We'll see what happens. Currently in a 1-minute consolidation phase. 8:55. Holding the buy. I'm looking to see this thing just spike up. I want to see it spike up to previous day high. Still kind of bouncing in between this bank zone and this hot zone. We broke beneath the anchor VWAP. We are on the sell side of the bands. So we could see some sideways motion here, even a retracement back down to the midpoint of 15-minute range. Looks like price wants to break this structure going down, potentially to trick sellers. And then take this thing up. Still holding the buy. Patience, 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 people. All right, breaking structure down. I mean, it's a little bit of breaking structure, but nonetheless, price is trying to retrace back down into the midpoint, I would say, of the 15-minute range. Still no reason to enter a sell, still hold the buy. If we get knocked out in profit, that's going to be all right. And we were going to close it even just before news breaks. So the thing about this news is that he's going to get up there and start talking, and the market may or may not react immediately. All right, looks like I'm going to be knocked out in profit. I'm flat. Beautiful little buy before news breaks. So we were able to see 61 points off of that off of the rally up just before news breaks. Now we're getting a breaker down. 20 seconds left. Before news, I wouldn't advise. It may be a better situation for us to wait for news to settle down the market. We're breaking beneath that hot Cheeto. I'm gonna see if we find support off of the 12-hour range. There's the midpoint of the 15-minute range. Just closed beneath it. So we'll wait and see what happens. I don't know if there's a pancake in my pancake want to print right now. Yeah, I don't advise entering anything just before news breaks. Now, it could be a violent news break, but ultimately, I don't know. All I know is I don't know. Bouncing off the 200 moving average. Fell back down to this 12-hour range. Fell beneath VWAP. So we'll see. 10 seconds left. Beautiful pancake wants to print. I would be so super cautious if entering here. All right, 8:59. 1 minute till news. Pretty decent retracement off the initial push up. I mean, that was 130 points up. Oh, this could be our sign to buy. This could be our sign to buy. I don't advise it. 20 seconds left. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Where is old Jerome at? I know Jerome's on here somewhere. Let me see if my friends are talking about him. Nope, not yet. All right, here comes the speech that's going to move the market. Look at that beautiful, beautiful gap to the upside. Come on. This is why we say do not trade news. Beautiful push up. Come on. Overnight high gets taken. See, but that could have gone either way. All right, we're touching the weekly VWAP. Getting a pretty decent reaction off of the weekly VWAP. I don't advise entering anything just yet. You're going to see some fireworks. Potentially going after R2 on the 1 minute time frame. R2, 23,400, big bank zone. Yeah, this thing was just ready to rip. It was ready to rip. I'm not going to lie. I was tempted. I overcame the temptation. Probably because there's two people in the room with me to click buy. All right, 4 hour mid fib gets hit. All of our alerts are going to get hit now. R2 is getting hit on the 1 minute time frame. Beautiful. Now we're just watching as price may try to retest. I got it as a, yeah, all of our alerts are going crazy around. Everything's getting hit. 23,466 would be the 4 hour pivot. I mean, we're making our way back into a pretty decent weekly wick fill. I mean, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. Now, gotta ask yourself this question: is it too late to enter? I would say yes. You want to look for a pullback of some kind, which is the catalyst, right? I mean, that's the risk you take doing. Yeah, Gann line gets hit. Everything's getting hit. If you take any entries right here, you're risking the pullback. You're risking the retracement down, especially with that little gap that it left in the market. I'm looking to see if there's a decent level on our map. Yeah, we're at a Gann line here. We could see it recover here, back into that 1 minute gap, the 9 o'clock candle, the news candle. We could see it come retrace back into that, and then we may enter in with the buyers right there. If this is a rally, if this is a real rally, then we may see that. There's another level here, 23,464 on TradingView. Now, if you enter that rocket, just risk proper, people. That's all you can do is risk proper. I mean, it is your entry. It is your signal. Okay? Don't let me get in the way. If you got the risk ready, TP2 gets hit. But off the rocket, let's see, because that ATR is tight. Let's see, off of the close of this candle, you saw 43 points like immediately. So no fear in the market, no fear. History has proven to me that trading news can be detrimental to my account. So we'll see how it reacts. We'll see how this thing reacts. It may find a resistance level here. R3, 23,500, big bank number, 23,500, 50 points away. I'm looking for that retracement down, potentially to enter in with the market on the buy side. We'll see. I think the main thing is that we're not impulsive. Don't be impulsive. We have pretty decent tools, pretty decent rules. And one of the rules is don't trade news. Easy as that. But you could have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I could have had. Okay. 74 points off of the breaker. Whatever you do, risk proper. You dig? Heck yeah, I dig. All right. So our 4-hour fib levels, we're still in this mid range here, right? We're still in the mid range here. Looking for a reaction off of this fib level, potentially to reject. And we are currently way outside the bands, on the sell side of the bands. Oh yeah, we could see a retracement here. But I'm gonna wait for a decent signal. Not just, the only thing I have right now is we're outside the bullseye bands. That's it. If we close a 5-minute candle, let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I guess the news is telling us. I guess he's telling us something that the market likes. We shall see. I don't see anybody else talking about this thing. Let me look. Yeah, next target is going to be big bank zone number 23,500. 23,500, next big bank zone. Potentially going sideways on this thing. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're breaking the highs. Let's go. It's pretty awesome. So our initial buy was really amazing. Our initial buy was amazing. If you held that buy, that's 260 points. Sheesh. But I protected, took partials, left a runner. Got knocked out in profit. Super content. I mean, instinctually content with this thing. Now, if we're looking at entering on the sell side, we might take this thing a little lower. And retest the 15-minute cloud, but because we're so far above the 15-minute cloud, we could come and retest this 9 o'clock gap and shoot straight up. So, cautious, just cautious. Not scared, just cautious. Looking to see this thing break structure going down. Still outside the bands for the sell, but on news days, that don't mean nothing. On the news days, that don't mean nothing. I gotta see violence in this market. Man, that 9 o'clock candle. 9 o'clock candle is 180 points straight up. If you include the gap, there's a little gap. 196 points. So Fridays like to rally. Not too shabby. I mean, congratulations to the market. It's recovering. Anybody who risked it for the brisket entered the buy off of the breakout. I mean, that's it. That's all really you got.
One of my new rules is anytime I see a big candle, I'm gonna enter.
Yeah, close your eyes and sell. Sell all the way down. It's gonna turn around at some point. Just sell now and see what happens. See, I can give bad advice too. You know what I'm saying? Two contracts in queue. Let's go. Sell it. It has to turn around. It can't keep going up. See? Bad advice. Well, all I know is I don't know. That's the best advice anybody's ever given me. You know what? I don't know. You know what? Neither do I. Sheesh. 200 points up, man, on news. See, that's the risk you take trading news. It could be in the opposite direction. It coulda, shoulda, woulda. It doesn't matter. Just gonna risk right. Here comes R3. All R3. All right, big number bank zone got hit. 23,500 just got hit. Bank zone number gets hit. We are entering into a weekly wick fill. Say that real fast. We're entering into a weekly wick fill. 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 We'll see what happens. 910. This is gonna be some pretty major. We got a lot of time left. I'm anticipating this thing tapping into, what is that, hour gap? Yeah, the hour gap. Oh, 23,508. I think we're already there. 23,508. It might be a 4-hour gap. Yeah, we're already in the 4-hour gap. So I would say the midpoint of this gap right here. Boom! There it is. Midpoint of that gap. We still haven't hit the midpoint. 23,525. Potentially to reject and retrace. We shall see. Don't know. Don't know what's going to happen. That's a beautiful push-up, though, man. It's good for the U.S. market, I guess. Still waiting. we may see some volume down, but again, it's not going to be a home run, man. It's gonna be a base hit for sure. Currently in an arc of this map, looking like we're finding some resistance here at this arc. Could potentially take it down. I mean, back beneath 23,400, maybe. We're at 23,888 or 23,488. So 88 points down. That would be interesting. That would be interesting to see. Super great recovery. And if you look at our map, 8 o'clock, 8:30 candle open, we came and tagged this GAN line and shot straight up. Friday. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, looking for at least a rejection of 23,525. 23,525. Now it doesn't have to, but we shall see. Patience. All right, so typically after you see this kind of push up, you're gonna see this thing go sideways a little bit, right, and build up and then break consolidation. So it seems as though it's starting to set up a consolidation phase, going sideways. We'll see what happens. Let me see what my friend's doing over here. I like listening to this guy. He's cool. Bet money he's buying. He has the chill music.
Order filled.
Oh, he did something. He's buying it up right here.
So right now the algo is running it.
Woo,
You have
that's
to buy high
loud.
to
My
sell
bad,
higher.
y'all.
That's like right here, buy high, sell higher. because
Shout
they
out
won't-
to
they won't
Future
pull back. At some
Scalper
point, they'll
on
pull back.
YouTube.
But
Cool
as
cat,
right
man.
now, if the algo is squeezing and you keep shorting it, you can't fight the algo on the demo account. Okay. So far on this
Yeah, he's
algo
buying
account,
at the
it's buy
top.
high,
Go
sell
ahead,
higher,
big dog.
Which I normally hate doing. But you got to recognize what the algo is doing.
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna
They
go
won't
high.
even drop here. They won't even drop here. What does
Yeah,
that
I just
tell you?
wanted
The
to see if he
algo's
was
not-
buying. He is. That's a crazy boy. Look at. Go ahead. He's jumping in on the right side of the market. That's the good thing, right? Jumping in on the right side of the market. Wow. Let's see what Mr. Austin's talking about. All right, here comes 23,525 getting hit right here, which is also a yearly VWAP. Let's see if we get the rejection here. May or may not happen.
What's the term?
They're dividend ETFs.
Now, these guys, they like to cuss.
Tanner, you like this. This company, Yield Max, has these options traders that are.
All right, so those guys are pretty solid too. Making our way up to that 30-minute trendy. Sheesh, man, this thing has just got wings today. So if you took the rocket, congratulations. If you took the green arrow up, congratulations. You was a rule breaker, but hey, it's turning out for you, ain't it? It's turning out well. Not too shabby. We'll see what happens. I mean, this thing could just rally the entire day. Now, if we break above this 30-minute trendy, I'm going to have to pull out the fib fan. And that fib fan may or may not work today. It may work next week. We'll see what happens. Broke above the yearly VWAP. Man, we are outside the bands for real, for real. This is where I would say, write this down. Better to be out of the market. Better to be out of a trade wishing you were in than to be in a trade wishing you were out. Yeah, at this point, no FOMO at all. Mainly because we were able to capitalize on that first initial buy at 837 for 61 points. That's a decent base hit. Let me look at this gap a little bit closer. It's like a 30-minute gap. An hour, maybe? That's a pretty decent gap right there. Yeah. So, if I mark up this gap, it's an hour gap. We have yet to fill the entire gap, but we're getting a pretty decent reaction off of the top of that deal. This may be the retrace that we were anticipating. It may be the retrace. Don't know. We'll wait for a decent signal. Let's see what happens. Eight 918. Let's see if we go above that gap. So this is a hour gap that we are kind of finding a resistance at. Let me see what else. It's a beautiful 12-hour candle. Just up we go. I'm gonna say. Back to the weekly wick feel. Four-hour flat top sitting up there still. There's room to go up. There's room to go up, right?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Hey, what does it mean when they talk about like they're cutting rates? Because I heard that's what Jerome was talking about.
Oh, interest rates.
Oh,
Interest rates. Yep. Look, it's falling out of that gap. Pretty decent. See a 5-minute candle close beneath that. 36 seconds left. You could risk it for the brisket if you want to. Back into the sell side of the bands. We got to fall though. We got to show volume out of that weekly wick fill. We're rejecting this yearly VWAP. I mean, it's kind of cool. Still no legitimate reason to enter on based on our tool. Just a 5-minute sweeper on the sell side of the bands, rejecting the yearly VWAP. So there's a case. All right, so that 5-minute candle closed. Sheesh. That is a large push up. Good Lord. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's a 3-bar reversal on 1 minute. If it breaks this low, I may consider entering. But then, all right, breaks the low. I'm entering a sell. This is a sweeper, man. This is a sell side of the bands. As it broke this low, stop loss is going to be at the high, 73 points. Potentially going to retest this pivot point. We'll see what happens. Now, it could be just a simple retracement, right? Simple retracement. But I like that we fell out of the 1 hour gap. Gives us reasons to, let's see, retest 23,310. Let's go. 23,310 is the target. Let's see what happens. Again, this is a base hit type of thing. So you see green. You might want to take that green, man. All right, so based off our initial entry, there's 38 points. Let's see if we can get to that resistance level there. That would be interesting to me. Unless we see some massive volume on the up, I kind of like this position for a sell to hold. So we'll see what happens. Breaker down. Breaker down. We break this low. Beautiful. Still holding the sell. Broke the low. Let's see if we can continue down and retest that pivot point. Okay, it's pretty decent volume on the sell side. Still holding the sell. All right, it looks like we're approaching the GAN line and the VWAP band. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful pancake prints. I'm going to protect here at this GAN map line. I'm protecting here on the initial sell, on the sell side of the band. Still hold the sell. If you took that with me, then I'm going to take partials here. Why? Because this GAN line, this map, and the deviation bands, it's like right on the pancake, right? It's one of those things that I just got to be mindful of. We may get a sell signal. We got 2 decent sell signals. Breaker down, pancake. But because we are at this level here, I could anticipate this thing bouncing up a little bit. That doesn't mean that the stop loss will get hit, right? It just means that it's going to probably bounce up and knock me out in profit. So I just want to make sure that I'm covered. That's all. Still has room to go down, man. We have a lot of room to go down. Hold the sell. Let's go. I'm targeting VWAP. I'm going to target VWAP as well. I'm going to keep that in my sights. VWAP is down there, man. VWAP is almost, the bottom of the 9 o'clock candle. If the stop loss holds up in profit, if you are entering on the sell of the pancake, that stop loss is 127 point stop loss. A little risky for the brisky, especially with this much volume in the market on the upside. And we are counter trend selling because of our 1 minute cloud, and we're above the 15-minute cloud. If we were beneath the 15-minute cloud, it would be a little different. But because we're above, there's a lot of buying pressure. Doesn't mean we can't retrace down. So we'll just see what happens. The ultimately what? Risk proper, people. Risk proper. That's all. All right, I'm flat on the initial sell of the 1 hour rejection, 1 hour gap rejection, 5 minute sweeper. We came and touched this GAN line, came and touched the deviation band, and now we're seeing this thing push up. All right, so that's kind of the idea, man. You gotta be cautious with that deal. Gotta be cautious. If your stop loss is still holding up, if it's still valid, then this trade is still valid. Now, could we enter on the buy side? Oh yeah. We could definitely enter on the buy side. My trigger for a buy signal would have to be either a breaker or a beautiful rocket. But I would love to come and retest the 1 minute cloud first. That would be amazing. So we shall see. But that's the idea of a base hit, man. I mean, 65 points is not terrible at all. Off of the breaker, let's see. That breaker gave you what? Just a few points. 50 points off the breaker. Let's go. 50 points off of that breaker going down. That's a good day. All right. So far, so good. 2 trades, 2 wins. Let's see what Price wants to do. It looks like it's giving us head and shoulders. Looks like it's trying to form a head and shoulders pattern. We're on the right side, right shoulder at the moment. We end up breaking this structure going down. This thing has potential to go all the way to the bottom of the 9 o'clock candle, or at least to the midpoint of 9 o'clock candle. We shall see. We're retesting that gap one more time and starting to show signs of sell-off. So I'm going to enter one more time off of the gap and the sell side of the bands on the sell. Stop loss is at the high. So it's a little bit better of a entry than what the pancake gave us. It's pretty much the same entry as the breaker. One more time, we shall see. Risk proper. Cause all I know is I don't know. I don't ever know what the market's gonna go. Cause all I know is I don't know. I don't ever know where the market's gonna go. I'm a poet. See? Everybody snap. Everybody snap. All right, I'm going to anticipate the same kind of reaction off of this band again, potentially touch this GAN line again, unless we get that follow through down like violence. I need to see some violence in this market to the downside. Price market's currently in the hands of the sellers on the 1 minute time frame, but that could be short-lived. Could be short-lived. So looking on the 5 minute time frame, yeah, could be short-lived. Got about a minute left till this 5 minute candle closes. Yeah, so our second sell off from this level is because of this rejection of the 1 hour gap covering at the high. We'll see what happens. Looks like it's retesting that neckline. Let's see if buyers are ready to take profits. Currently sitting in a 1 minute consolidation. Looks like we're rejecting that weekly wick fill. Looking for a spike down. All right, here's the next 5 minute candle, 9:30. So IB high and low is officially printed. I want to go to a 30-minute time frame. I'm going to look at the high and the low of the first two 30-minute candles. And I want to mark that up as IB high and low. Now we could potentially come and take out that high and then drop. That's just kind of the pattern, man. They set a high. You think it's going to go down. They go take out that high to hit your stop loss. And then there's the reaction, right? Looks like we're breaking out of the 1 minute consolidation phase, going to the upside. Let's just get the IB fibs ready, because we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Take it one candle at a time. Back into the hour gap we go. Showing signs of weakness. It's a pretty decent sign of weakness. Let's see, 8 seconds left. Retesting that 1 minute gap one more time with a pretty decent rejection candle. Let's see if we get that follow through. Some tells me let's put a limit order at the top of this and automatically enter a sell whenever it gets to our stop loss. So it pushes up 60 points from our entry, man. That's wild. $8.32. I'm sorry, $9.32. Yep. So it hits the midpoint of this gap. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it looks like it wants to hit the midpoint of that gap. Looks like we're getting a breaker up. We'll see what happens. May reject here. Hey, or it could push through. Let's see. I don't know. We're still on the sell side of the bands. 10 seconds left. Showing signs of rejection a bit more. Buyers may be exhausted here. 23,500. Breaker fails to print. Patience, people. All right, looks like sellers want to try to drive this thing back down, but having trouble. It's having trouble. $10 seconds left. Looks like we're rejecting that hour candle here. I'm sorry, hour gap. We shall see. Doesn't look great for the sellers yet. Just yet. Doesn't look great. Looks like we're breaking to the up. Want to take out this high? Of course it does. There's the midway point of that gap again. We shall see. Retesting R3. Where are you? Yeah, R3. Looks like buyers are trying to slowly recover this thing. We get the breaker up and a beautiful rocket. So if you're buying, just be cautious that you're buying at the top. It could still go up, still go higher, right? Let's see what happens. A fake cake if I ever saw one. Right? You get this thing that goes straight up. Never gives you profit. Like maybe 2 points. That was a fake cake, man. 12 points. That's a base hit, but terrible. All right, retesting that yearly VWAP one more time. Gave us a pretty decent rejection candle there. I could just spike up, take out that liquidity, and then drop. So we're anticipating that as well. If you entered that rocket, congratulations, mate. Looks like looks like it's about to hit TP2. I'm sorry, TP1. I'm gonna mark that up. Bang. Yeah, with an 86-point stop loss. TP1 is gonna be 20 points. If we can make it up there, right? If we can make it up there. If price wants to make it up there. You're not in the rocket? Oh, you're done.
All right, y'all. I'm done for the day.
All right, Z.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off.
All right, homie. Good to see you on the Zoom. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Yo. All right, looks like it's, man, getting caught up right here in this midpoint of this 1 hour gap, which happens to be also a yearly VWAP and R3. So I'm anticipating this thing either going to take out that high and continue high, or we go sideways for a minute and this thing tries to trick sellers one more time to go higher. We'll see. Don't know. Don't know. Can't even act like I know. Looks like it's wanting to fall out of the sky. But don't try to anticipate the fall. When we start to try to anticipate the fall, that's when we get in trouble. we'll see what happens. Yeah, so it looks like buyers are not ready to give up control just yet. They're just kind of propping it up there. When sellers are actually in the market, you'll see like dump. You'll see it dump. Just the volume is not there. These candles are not growing like it initially did, right? Here at 917, that was a pretty decent drop. It's a 100-something point drop. And now we're trying to see if sellers are actually in the market, and they're not. Buyers are propping this thing up. And then you see this big spike right here, right? Big spike. TP1's almost hit. If you're into this rocket. Dude is edging TP1. $23,500 is our big bank zone. So let me redo these targets. $23,500. Let's see what we're getting caught up on here. Oh yeah, come on. So we rejected the big bank zone, 23,550. Potentially, we need to see a candle close beneath 500 again to really think that it's time to turn around if buyers have exhausted themselves. So we'll see what happens. I would even say I need to see a 5-minute candle close beneath that level. 23,500. The 5-minute candle looks weak. 5-minute candle looking real weak. That doesn't mean it can't spike up and take out this high and then fall. It just means it's looking weak right now. Got about 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. We'll see what happens. Getting caught up on this Gann arc as well. We'll see what happens. Friday likes to rally, so. There may be a retest of this 15-minute cloud. If sellers step in. We shall see. See what happens. All right, got about a minute and a half left till this 5-minute candle closes. Something's telling me taking out this high. Well, the market is telling me looks like it wants to take out the high. Potentially touch this 30-minute trend line. Let's see what happens. Look at TP1 getting edged and then falling. TP1 on this rocket. Let's see. All right, there's TP1. All right, let's see if we can tap into this bank zone. 550. 550. Let's see if we get to that bank zone. Take out that bank zone. Then the buyers just want to hold this thing up. Looks like they want to take it up. Buyers look like they want to take this high out. And then we could potentially see this thing just run up. Run up. Rejecting this bank zone. If we get a candle to close above that bank zone, man, this thing is running up. We'll see. All right, breaking above that bank zone one more time. Let's see if we can get a candle to close up there. Even if it's gonna spike up and then leave a wick, that's what I'm anticipating. It's just there's a lot of liquidity sitting right up here, even maybe like 20 points above, maybe 30 points above this high. Yeah, there it is. There's a spike up. All right, so we spike up, take out all those sellers, and then watch what happens. We'll see. TP2 gets hit on the rocket. Congratulations if you're holding this rocket. This is a beautiful rocket. 44 points up. I mean, you had to wait for it. Yeah, there's a beautiful reaction there off of that liquidity sweep. But that doesn't mean it's going to crash. It just means that there's liquidity there. That's it. And the market absorbed it. Into this cycle, this pattern of selling as price goes higher. Target. I mean, if we're just gonna keep looking at targets, right? 23,634 is resistance level. 23,634. There's a sweeper down. You're playing the sweepers. That's kind of interesting. We shall see. It looks like we're getting a reaction there right at the midpoint of that weekly wick feel. Yep, there's a beautiful reaction there off of that liquidity sweep. And down, 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 down she goes. Touching the VWAP. Let's see how far this thing wants to recover. All right, let's see what happens here. It took out that entire 1 hour gap, so that's no longer valid, I don't think. But liquidity sweep for sure. Let's see how far this thing wants to go. Now it took out the high of IB high. If we come and retest this fib level, man, that's going to be a decent retracement down. 23,392. Basically 23,400. 150 points. We'll see what happens. Lot of trading left in the market. There's a lot of trading left in the market. A lot of trading. So we'll see what the price wants to do. Pretty interesting session so far. All right, so here's another thing I'm seeing is a 4 hour. I call them 4 hour parallel channels from that high to there. Look at that. We tapped into that channel and rejected. Of course we did. Of course we did. Now price wants to go down. But let's see. John Fitz. Ay, ay, ay. I want to see if this thing wants to retrace. I would say to IB fib level. Don't know. We'll see what happens. We shall see. I mean, it's looking good for it. It really is looking pretty good. Still no signal to sell except for the bands and sweeper. Now we could get a bounce off of this arc as well, the map. So whatever you do, just be cautious. Just be mindful. Retest the resistance level. Let's see if we can get break beneath there. Let's see if we can break beneath that resistance level. A 5-minute candle beneath there is going to be for real. The signal, the sign that sellers are stepping into the market. We shall see. Even if price came and touched the VWAP, man, the weekly VWAP, that would be a decent sell-off. All right, trying to see if we can get a candle close beneath this level here, resistance level. We get a candle close beneath that, that's gonna be pretty interesting for the sellers. Looks like buyers want to bounce right off of this resistance level. see what happens. Yeah, we may see this thing run up to this trend line and at least test it. We haven't even tested it yet. We have tested this 4-hour channel though and rejected. So we could anticipate another touch, maybe another high. We'll see. We shall see, good people. Attempting another bank zone approach, 23,550. Looking pretty bullish. It's looking pretty bullish. If you look at a 4-hour candle, man, that thing looking bullish. I would even say 23,650, 100 points up. Shh, that's gonna be crazy. Crazy if it makes it up there in one day. If it makes it up there in one day, that means that it just knocks out the last 3 trading days of sellers. All right, that's a 4-hour parallel channel rejection. Let's see if we get that follow through down. So 9:57. This next hour candle could be just tweezers. But I would anticipate it takes out the high first and then we see a tweezer form. If the sellers are really here. Sellers have been here the last 7 days. This is a reaction off of news. So if we get a new high followed by some volume on the sell side, I mean, this one candle's 353 points up from 9 o'clock from the news. So we could see, which is a decent retracement, by the way. Let's see, from the 4-hour flat tops to the low, looks like we're at 786, maybe even 886. Oh yeah, 786 for sure. There it is. So we're getting caught up on the 786, which tells me we have room to go higher. 886. 23,616. Right? So, but this being the 786 retracement, we could see this thing drop. Let's look at TP1. TP1 would be what? Yeah, 23,416. So bottom of the 923 candle. If it's time. That's the only thing. You just don't know if it's time. Don't know. But we do know we're in deep retracement territory. Patience, 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 patience. All right, looks like we're getting that sideways motion. 1 minute consolidation phase. I'm going to say this is going to be TP1. 23,416. If we can retrace down there, it might be time. It might not be time. So I'm gonna say TP1. Now, if it wants to give me a reason to sell, that'd be amazing. So far, all we got is a sweeper and a 786 and sell side of the bands. But they're just propping this thing up, man. Propping this thing up to go higher. Tricking sellers to go higher. Once, twice, 3 times, and pushing it up. So just keep propping it up. Ten seconds left, man. They just keep propping this thing up, and not let buyers don't want to let this thing go down just yet. So, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. If you're still holding that rocket, congratulations. If you took TP2, congratulations. They made you wait for it. They made you wait for it. This is kind of what I anticipate too after big news. After big news like that, I'm anticipating some sideways motion and trying to trick everybody. And then the algorithm will kick in and it'll continue in the direction of the news. It looks like it's finding resistance here, right? But anything can happen. $10. So we may get another signal. I mean, we may get another reason to enter into the sell side, but I wouldn't advise it. Unless you're just ready to risk little. 10 a.m. All right, Keisha, I see you out for the day. Yeah, I think that's it for me too. There's not much else we can anticipate unless this thing just wants to continue higher, right? Or flush, whichever one. But yeah, if that's it, cool. Glad you showed up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Anybody who's watching online, watching on YouTube, I appreciate you checking us out. Have any questions, let me know. We will catch y'all